Hey guys, I'm Tara. Today we're going to be making the coronation turkey stuffed dough balls, which are perfect for Christmas, from Twisted, a cookbook, which is available to order now, and also the perfect Christmas gift. Let's get started. So first up, we're going to make the dough for these dough balls, and they're milk buns, which are my absolute favorite. We're going to start with some warm milk in a bowl, and then we're going to add some sugar and some yeast. And just give this a stir to combine, and then we're going to let this sit for a few minutes to let the yeast bloom. And that's when we know we're ready for the rest of the ingredients. The yeast, it's nice and frothy, so we're gonna go in with our eggs. So I've just whisked 2 eggs here. Makes it easier to incorporate the eggs evenly in the dough. Give it a nice mix. And you can do this in a stand mixer if you want. You don't have to do it by hand. Little elbow grease is always a little bit of fun. So now that's mixed, we're gonna go in with all of our flour at once, and then salt. And that's gonna season the dough balls. And then just mix this together until it forms a dough. So the dough has become nice and shaggy and it's come together, so I'm going to transfer this to my table now. My tummy's just grumbling, I'm so hungry. Crazy! We just need to knead this dough together until it gets really nice and soft, and it should just take a few minutes to do so. And if you need to add a little bit more flour, you can. Try not to add too much because you want to keep this dough nice and hydrated and moist. Moist. Who likes that moist word? So I've got softened butter here that I'm going to put right on top. And we're going to knead this into the dough. It's going to make some funky noises, but I promise it will all work out. So we're going to knead this probably for about 5 to 7 minutes until it's all incorporated. And just make sure you're using a dough scraper to scrape up all those bits so that they are all included in the dough. So you can see the butter is nicely incorporated into the dough. It's formed a really, really nice, smooth dough here, which means we're gonna have nice and fluffy dough balls. I'm just gonna knead this into a ball here, just like that. And then I'm gonna put this into a greased bowl, and we're gonna let this rise until it's doubled in size, and it should come to about the top of the bowl. And just cover it with a cloth or some cling film and keep it in a warm place until it's done. Next up, we're gonna make the coronation turkey filling. So we're gonna start with some oil in a pan. Just let that heat up. I'm gonna go in with some chopped onions, which I've just finely chopped here. And we're gonna saute these until they become nice and translucent. So that should take about 5 minutes or so. So just keep moving your onions around so that they saute evenly. And you're not looking for any color on your onions. But if you do get a little bit, not a problem. All right, so my onions have softened a little bit, so I'm gonna go in and add my ginger and garlic and just give those a mix. It smells absolutely delicious right now. And we're gonna go in now also with some curry powder. You can use medium, mild, hot, whatever you prefer. I'm going for medium here. Just give this a stir to coat. We're gonna go in with our green chilies. And I'm gonna let this cook for about a minute to cook those spices through so that we don't have that raw spice flavor in our turkey dough balls. I'm gonna go in with some shredded turkey here. Great way to use up any leftover turkey that you have from your holidays. If you don't, you can just cook some up. You can even use chicken if you want, and stir it really nicely so it coats evenly. So we're gonna go in with some coconut milk, Greek yogurt, lemon juice, mango chutney. It's gonna add that nice sweet flavor, some lemon zest, and raisins. And just give this a mix to combine. And once it's mixed, we're gonna bring it to a little bit of a simmer so that it thickens just slightly. This looks awesome, so delicious. So it's come to a simmer here. It's thickening, which is lovely. I need a fork. So good. It does need a little bit of salt and some pepper. Stir that through. Now I'm also gonna go in with some chopped coriander for some flavor and some really nice green color. So that's the filling done. It is super quick and easy to make. Got so many nice flavors in it. You're gonna get some little bits of mango, which is gonna be an absolute flavor bomb in your mouth. And that's it. We're just gonna set this aside and let it cool completely before we fill the dough balls. And that's all that's left to do. The dough has doubled in size. It is really nice and fluffy. I'm gonna punch it down. to release that air. And it's lovely. You can see all these gluten strands. So I'm gonna take some golf ball size amount dough balls, and I'm just using scissors to help cut the dough. Should be about yay big. And I'm gonna show you how to fill them. So we're gonna pat this out so it's nice and flat. Then you're gonna take quite a good tablespoon of your filling right into the center, like that. You wanna fill them up nice. And then just bring the edges into the center and pinch them to seal. I'm gonna flip it over, give it a roll to seal it, and that's it. And I'm just gonna repeat this with the rest of the dough and the rest of the filling, and then we're gonna let them rise again. All right, so I'm just finishing up my last dough ball, and now these need to rest and double in size, so I'm gonna cover them again and leave them for about 30 to 40 minutes in a warm spot, and then we're gonna brush them with an egg wash. So the dough balls have doubled in size. They're nice and puffed up. So what we need to do now is brush them with an egg wash, which I just mixed 1 egg with a little bit of milk and brush that on top. Being careful to do it gently so you don't poke a hole. And you want to brush the egg wash on as evenly as possible so that you have a nice golden brown color on all of them. Perfect. And now I'm gonna sprinkle them with some nigella seeds, which are like onion seeds, and just give them a sprinkle over top. These will just give a little bit of crunch and a little bit of extra oniony flavor. That's it. So they are nice and sprinkled with the seeds. We're gonna now put this in the oven at 180 degrees for about 20 minutes until they're golden brown and puffed up. Look at these freshly baked Coronation turkey stuffed dough balls. All that we need to do now is give them a rip and try. Oh yeah. They're nice and soft, you can see that. This is it. They're really hot. The Coronation turkey filling is absolutely incredibly delicious. I'm getting raisins, I'm getting some mango chutney, turkey, curry flavor. It's so bang on. You can find this recipe in Twisted Cookbook in the Christmas section, and it's perfect for your holiday. So make sure you make these, and guys, we'll see you next time. Until then, enjoy.